know how everything can change in a matter of days. It was all good just a week ago. We beat up on the Chicago Sky a few days ago. 35-point victory. Caitlin Clark triple-double. Indiana Fever riding high. Indiana Fever fans riding high. Caitlin Clark supporters riding high. And then, of course, the dweebs do what the dweebs do. They make up nonsense. They make up lies. And the WNBA validate the lies. The WNBA validates the nonsense. The WNBA validates non-truth.
The Indiana Fever have officially had enough, and they're making major noise. Reports are swirling that the team is ready to take a stand against what they're calling flat-out falsehoods. Not gossip, not rumors, lies. But here's where things get wild. Nobody's revealing exactly what those lies are. Suspicious? Definitely. From locker room tension to hidden conflicts, the Fever are acting like they're sitting on information that could turn the entire league upside down. Is this a bold statement of power or the beginning of a full-blown WNBA meltdown? Stay tuned. This story's just getting started.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. This dump, this turd of turds known as the WNBA, this damn league can't get the hell out of their own way. They don't get it. They just don't get it. The diva of dump divas, Kat Engelbert, she does not understand how fragile this fan base is. And by fragile, I'm referring to their level of loyalty to pretend basketball, which in this case does.
Get ready, because the WNBA drama just turned into something way bigger than basketball. The Indiana Fever, fronted by the electric Caitlin Clark, have become the league's ultimate spotlight. She's the face every sports exec wants, the one turning games into sellouts and sending ticket prices sky high. Fans can't get enough, the hype keeps building, and the Fever are single-handedly keeping the league buzzing. But behind all the glitz and game highlights, something deeper might be brewing, and it could change everything for the WNBA.
Talking about after that game, after that amazing performance from Caitlin Clark, the triple-double, the amazing passes, the crazy shots, you'd think we would be talking about basketball. The number one thing you think we'd be investigating is how nobody else in the WNBA has ever done anything like Caitlin Clark is doing. We should be investigating the fact that Caitlin Clark's 4 threes in that game were more exciting than, like, if you go to 2022 and check out the top 10 plays of the WNBA season, her 4 threes in that game were more exciting than those 10 plays. Literally. Like, what she does in one game is single-handedly more exciting than anything we've ever seen in the WNBA.
That's exactly what the Fever should represent. Passion, energy, and the spirit of competition. But somehow, the league and parts of its fan base are painting them as the villains. Why? Because Fever fans showed a little too much excitement? Because Caitlin Clark played hard and wasn't afraid to challenge Angel Reese with a strong, fair move on the court? It's starting to look like the Fever can't win, no matter what they do.
In all of this, it's a flagrant, and then Chicago will maintain the basketball. Reese misses. Okay, that was it. That noise you heard right there that sounds a little bit like a dolphin was actually a YouTuber called Flight Reacts. A laugh. All right, a laugh that it's my understanding actually gets played during NBA games too. That's what it's all about, because they tried to say that sounded like a monkey.
Let's rewind this drama like a highlight reel straight out of a reality show. Angel Reese, always confident, always bold, gives a not-so-subtle shove to a Fever player, a clear sign she's ready to get physical. Then Caitlin Clark responds with a textbook, clean foul, part of the game, nothing dirty about it. But somehow, that's when the script flips. Suddenly, Fever fans are labeled as the problem, and the league starts pushing stories about bias and bad behavior in the crowd. Meanwhile, Angel is treated like she can do no wrong.
Over the last 24 hours, rather. Angel Reese, many would suggest that she overreacted, but Slick, do you have an issue with Angel Reese's reaction to Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul?
Yes, and I have an issue with the way she reacted. I have an issue with the way it's being handled by her, by the Chicago Sky, everybody.
Here's the wild part. Fever fans are the ones keeping the whole show running. They're packing arenas, buying merch, and driving record-breaking ticket sales. In short, they're the financial heartbeat of the WNBA. Yet somehow, instead of celebrating that success, other teams and fans seem bothered by it, watching from the sidelines as one player and one team outshine the rest.
And they make a lot of noise, like they're into it. They're not just sitting there, like they're invested in this basketball. It's great for our league. It's great for every team that gets to come and play here. I think we've had a lot of great battles, and they've helped us win a lot of games on this floor. So, like I said, hopefully we can bring the playoffs back here and give them a taste of it because they deserve it. It's been since 2016, so, it's only going to get better and better.
You can almost hear the quiet complaints. Sure, we want Caitlin to shine, but not like this. Not with those fans. Translation: the league wants growth, but only on its own terms, only if it fits a certain storyline of drama and control. It's as if the WNBA has decided the best way to manage its biggest surge in attention is to tear down the very team making it happen. And that's the real twist in this saga.
Okay, fine. Listen, I was at the game. If there was somebody being racist or saying shit, obviously boot him, never let him back. I would be stunned beyond belief if that was the case. This crowd, I've sat on the wood for a million games, been in a million environments. The crowd at the Fever game, little girls, families, ladies, nice crowd. You even though it's 100% false, by acknowledging we don't condone hate and not seeing that this was a internet
more to it.
Bullshit, you're lending credence to this. There was none of that. It was a great crowd, a positive crowd. Yeah, Angel Reese deserved to get her ass moved, but she's that Caitlin on a normal level.
The same fans being labeled as the problem are the ones showing up night after night, filling every seat and fueling the league's success. So, what's really behind the noise? Is it truly about racism, or about jealousy, control, and frustration over Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise? Like it or not, Caitlin has become the most talked about player in the WNBA, while Angel Reese plays the league's favorite rival. And Fever fans? They've been turned into the convenient scapegoats for every bit of controversy that surfaces. But here's the truth. Without Caitlin and the Fever, the WNBA might still be struggling to fill arenas. Now it's thriving, and instead of celebrating, some seem eager to tear it down. But no amount of drama can stop what's happening on the court. Sold-out games, record-breaking sales, and basketball that people actually care about. Let the Fever do what they do best. Let Caitlin shine. Because real growth might be messy, but it's exactly what the league needs.
Defensive skills. Last season, in the offseason, Stephanie White made it a point to drill that idea home. I mean, Caitlin Clark talked about upping her defense, and in the offseason, they picked up a lot of key defenders. They picked up Natasha Howard, who is the 2019 Defensive Player of the Year, and last season, the Connecticut Sun came in first in their defensive rating. So what did the Fever do? They took Stephanie White. They took Keith Porter, they brought in Tawana Bonner, and they said, we're due.
Let's lift the curtain on what's turning into the WNBA's biggest reality show. The Indiana Fever have gone from underdogs to the team that reignited the entire league. And at the center of it all, Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom breaking records, drawing massive crowds, and turning every game into must-see TV. Ticket prices are soaring, arenas are packed, and merchandise is flying off shelves. It's the kind of success the WNBA's been chasing for years. But instead of celebration, the response feels icy. The Fever and their fans are being painted as too much, too loud, too proud, too dominant. It's like the league can't handle the very spotlight it's been begging for. The message is clear. The WNBA wants the fame, just not the people who made it possible.
WNBA player Angel Reese by fans yesterday at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Actually, that game was on Sunday. The Players Union says it supports, on Saturday rather. The Players Union says it supports the investigation and condemns all forms of hate and discrimination.
So, what really went down? Everything spiraled after that now infamous collision. The one that sent social media into chaos and the WNBA scrambling to control the story. Angel Reese, known for her fire and attitude, clashed with Caitlin Clark in what looked like a routine play. It was basketball, physical, competitive, and completely normal. But somehow, that single moment turned into a full-blown controversy. Suddenly, it wasn't about the game, it was about race, sportsmanship, and whether the Fever had crossed a line. But here's the part no one talks about. It all started when Angel shoved a Fever player. Clear contact, no punishment, no outrage. Yet when Caitlin made a legal defensive play, the narrative flipped. The Fever fans got called out, the league stepped in with vague warnings, and the media went wild. What should have been a highlight became headline bait, like the league had turned into a soap opera instead of a sport.
Aren't used to the heated intensity of a great rival. But in the NBA, we had MJ and the Pistons, we had Bird and Magic. We're kind of used to it. As Caitlin Clark in Indiana hammered the Chicago Sky, it was like 4.5 minutes left in the third, there was a foul. It should not have been upgraded to a flagrant foul. It was a foul. And I really think if you truly respect women's basketball, let them play. Sort of like guys. Rivalries equal ratings. Sports is better with intensity. Animosity is part of it. This is okay. Who cares if Angel Reese doesn't like Caitlin Clark? It's fine.
Now here's where things get even more interesting. The Fever aren't just another team, they're the reason the league is booming again. Crowds, merch sales, TV ratings, all skyrocketing because of Caitlin Clark and her impact. So why the sudden outrage about the Fever's fan base? It's like blaming the people who bring the energy for the league's success. Meanwhile, other teams are struggling to fill seats, watching from the sidelines while the Fever take over. And Caitlin? She's not just another rookie, she's rewriting the WNBA playbook, breaking records, dominating headlines, and forcing the league to evolve. But instead of being celebrated, she and the Fever are treated like outsiders. The backlash feels less about fairness and more about insecurity, jealousy dressed up as outrage. It's almost like the league forgot what sports are about: competition, growth, and earning your spotlight.
Anyone else done the exact same type of a foul to Caitlin, the storyline is different. I don't have an issue with the foul. I thought it was a hard foul. I was always taught you don't give up an easy basket, and that's what I thought Caitlin did. My thing with that was Stan did it.
They had no business at it.
Yeah.
I have no issue with none of it. It's just basketball soft as hell right now on both sides of it. There ain't no damn flagrant foul.
Hear your perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's a big take foul, you know? It's either wide open 2 points or, you know, send it to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It was a good take foul. Every basketball player.
Every athlete knows the game should speak for itself, but lately, the noise is drowning it out. Every Fever matchup turns into tabloid fuel. Who glared at who said what, who's the villain this week? It's like basketball has taken a back seat to social media drama. Angel Reese gets treated like the league's golden girl, while Caitlin Clark and the Fever are portrayed as the troublemakers. And the fans, the ones who pay, cheer, and show up, get unfairly dragged into it. They're told to tone it down, to celebrate quietly, to not be too passionate. But that's not how sports grow. The truth is, Caitlin and the Fever have proven the WNBA can thrive. Bigger crowds, higher ratings, and real excitement. Yet instead of embracing that momentum, parts of the league seem stuck clinging to old narratives and internal politics. It's a missed opportunity, because growth isn't the enemy. It's the whole point.
Audience. They have no loyalty to the WNBA. Their loyalty lies with Caitlin Clark, and that loyalty, it is not guaranteed to extend to the rest of this putrid league. No one is loyal to the dump. No one cares about the WNBA.
Look at the bigger picture. The Fever are bringing in fresh eyes, new energy, and a fresh sound that the league desperately needs. Ticket sales are skyrocketing. Merchandise is flying off the shelves. Social media buzz is through the roof. And the media narrative, it's stuck on conflict, controversy, and who started it. Because apparently, a story about growth and excitement isn't nearly as clickable as a story about drama and division. It's also worth noting how this all feeds into larger conversations about sports culture, fandom, and the struggle for legitimacy. The WNBA is fighting for its place in the crowded sports landscape, and players like Caitlin Clark are the very reason it's gaining traction. Instead of being lauded as trailblazers, they're caught in the crosshairs of jealousy and outdated gatekeeping. Meanwhile, Angel Reese and her legion of supporters are being protected as if they hold the keys to the kingdom despite questionable behavior and in-court antics that wouldn't fly in most other leagues. The double standard is undeniable, and it sends a dangerous message that talent and hard work might not be enough if you don't fit the preferred narrative.
That's not why you play, but I feel like that's the part of the game I take a lot of pride in. I want to be able to do a lot of different things for this team, and honestly, when I think I get the ball off of a missed shot, off the rebound, like I think it's a really hard. Other teams have a really hard time stopping us in transition, and I can just push it up to my team.
Fever fans who've shown nothing but loyalty are now being criticized for the very passion that's keeping the league alive. The media, instead of highlighting the Fever's positive impact, keeps chasing controversy and conflict. It's the classic case of blaming the people driving success, punishing the ones who care the most. But this story isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about identity, loyalty, and power. It's about who gets to define the league's future, and who's being pushed aside to preserve the old order. The Fever and Caitlin Clark represent evolution, energy, and change. Angel Reese and her supporters, on the other hand, symbolize the league's traditional power structure trying to hold on. As this tug-of-war continues, fans are left wondering, who's really winning here? The sad truth is, no one. Because while the league gets lost in politics and headlines, it's losing sight of what matters: great basketball, new talent, and a golden opportunity to grow. The Fever and Caitlin Clark are more than just competitors. They're catalysts for something bigger. A movement. A spark for the future of women's sports that no amount of controversy can silence.
Dog.
Playful.
Generational.
Generational. Dominant. Passion. Amazing. Powerful.
Historical.
Legendary.
Ready.
Explosive. Badass.
Indiana.
Awesome. Amazing.
Amazing. Extraordinary.
And we now have a statement from Mel Raines, who is the head of PSNE, saying, quote, "We are aware of the allegations of inappropriate fan conduct, and we are working closely with the WNBA to complete their investigation. We stand firm in our commitment to provide a safe environment for all WNBA."
So, let the Fever play their game. Let Caitlin Clark lead, inspire, and dominate. Let the fans cheer as loud as they want, because that passion is the lifeblood of the WNBA's future. If the league truly wants to thrive, it has to decide what it stands for: progress or politics. Right now, the Fever and their fans are carrying the momentum, both on the court and beyond it. The question is whether the league will recognize that before it's too late. Because here's the truth: every attempt to quiet the Fever only makes their fire burn brighter. Caitlin Clark and Indiana aren't just part of the WNBA story anymore. They are the story. And this heat, it's not cooling off anytime soon. Stay tuned, because the Fever's rise is just getting started.